This 10-minute video will give you a tour of the new ViewsWire platform and highlight the key features and benefits of the service. ViewsWire offers deep insights on the political, economic and policy landscape of over 200 countries around the world, analysing the big issues at a global, regional and country level. Now, it's no mistake that we start on the global page, as we know how important it is in today's economy to put issues into a global context. And that's why we lead with our headline view of the global economy. So, if you want to just take the pulse of what is going on, this is live content updated by our team of analysts that sums up the direction of travel of the global economy. Now, let's expand on that global outlook further with a video from our team of analysts talking about the big issues that they are watching and the assumptions upon which all our forecasts and analysis are based. We know how important it is to be transparent about these assumptions, because whether you're looking at oil crisis in Saudi Arabia or soybeans in Latin America, it is critical to note that they are based on a consistent and clear set of assumptions. I said ViewsWire covers issues at a global, regional and country level, so let's dive in deeper beneath the global lens and look at regions. Let's take Asia, for example. Simply click on the Geographies tab and select your region of choice. So, much like the global outlook, all regions lead with the headline EIU view on the direction of travel for that area. And then we dive into the latest insights. This is the events-driven and news-driven coverage that show the future for the region. You won't find details of every single event or every policy briefing or even every data point here, but what you will always find is the analysis of the events that matter, and the format of these is always consistent. Let's look at Taiwan, for example. You will find a brief description, more meaty analysis of what this means, and critically, how this will impact the forecast. And from that geography lens, let's go deeper still and look into a country. Let's look at the United States for this example. Now again, you will find a consistent format, so the EIU view to begin with, which our US analysts will be updating as forecasts change and as events determine it. This section will include the latest analysis covering the key topics that have an impact on global organisations. Then we move on to the more in-depth content that sets out the granular analysis and detailed forecast on how the economy is taking shape over the next couple of months, all the way to the next couple of decades. So here you will find everything from brief forecast summaries, if you're looking for a quick one-pager on the political and economic outlook for the US, all the way through to much more detailed analysis of data and prices. For example, the pricing data includes everything from labour force to monetary indicators. And then the final thing that you will see on each country page is the one-click bulletin. This is curated by our team of experts and is designed to give you a one-stop shop of all you will need to know about the country. So, within here, you will find those key political and economic outlooks, but then you will also find details of those long-term trends, details of the monthly and quarterly movers and shakers that direct how we see the US economy playing out. So, if you are looking for a quick takeaway on any country around the world, this one-click summary is a good place to start. Now, I mentioned that within this content you have plenty of data tables. So, if we scroll down, we'll find that within the in-depth section of the service, you get curated data that looks at the key forecasts. Here we're looking at key indicators from 2019 out to 2024. And from this view, I can download these numbers into Excel so I can create my own graphs. I can drop them into my own models, and I can copy and paste them into my workstream. The other alternative to this can be found in the top right-hand corner. As part of your ViewsWire service, you have access not only to this curated data within the website, but you also have access to the full time series within the data tool. I can select my ViewsWire package and I can select my countries of interest. So for example, if I choose Argentina, there are about 200 data series that I can select from. So everything from those core macroeconomic indicators on GDP through to those financial elements and market opportunity type data focused on population and income size for every country. And then from here, I can do one of two things. I can make my selection and I can save it, so I can come back to it time and time again, particularly good for users who are looking at the same data point changes over time. This is a really useful feature. Or alternatively, I can view the data and extract it and drop it into my own workstream and make my presentation. With that, we will jump back to the ViewsWire platform and talk about the next axis by which we analyse our content. So we have talked about global, we have talked about regional and country, but increasingly we find our important issues will cut across countries, and that is covered in the themes section. This is covered by the EIU's experts who bring together this catalogue of analysis on the issues that are shaping the global outlook. These will ebb and flow depending on how the world is changing. The themes will always be on the critical issues that are informing our outlook, so it's perhaps no surprise that we spend a lot of time thinking about issues like coronavirus. But increasingly, as we edge closer to it, the US 2020 election is a fairly important topic for the world to be thinking about. Across all of these themes, you will always find a headline takeaway view as to how the EIU thinks this will unfold. At the moment, with the US 2020 election, we expect the Democratic candidate Joe Biden to win. This headline takeaway can be found on the landing page. This seemingly US-led theme will be covered from different angles across the world. Another service that I want to show you is Alerts. This helps you to keep in touch with all the latest insights that we write about, be it on a global, regional, country, or on a thematic level. These can be delivered directly into your inbox daily. Within this service, you can tell us what countries or regions you're interested in and the geographies that are important to you. And then filter these insights by topic. For example, if you're only interested in the headline summaries for these countries, you can curate that daily email to land in your inbox every day to give you a succinct snapshot of exactly what is happening and what you need to stay in touch with. The email you receive will look like this. The final service I will point out can be found in the bottom right-hand corner and is the chat button. As part of your ViewsWire and EIU subscription, there are a team of people on hand to help you with the analysis that you're taking. Simply drop your question into the box and one of the team will be more than happy to help with any questions, so you're getting the most out of the service.